not worry, cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it. Make sense, we gon' manifest.
Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Throwing first play is Ritter. Being chased out left. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Ritter with it after the play fake. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out from Texas A&M at quarterback, Kellen Mond. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Mond. Complete to Newsom. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here. Mond. His throw incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Mond looks to throw on first down. To Jefferson on the slant. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. That time, a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they can.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag. So score one for Kevin O'Connell. His decision to throw the challenge flag, a good one. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Forced out to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Lions have taken the lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 67 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Bond going to throw it. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Going play action. Ritter. Eluding the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ritter off the play fake. Steps away. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He's airing it out for Williams. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for Detroit. 53 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On play action, here's Ritter. Out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On the ground with a tight end. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. It's a pickup of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Ritter back to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Brock Wright, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firm.
And now, before we get to the extra point, remember, all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Working with a 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Mond. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Ritter now. On the move to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. The Lions at 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Ritter on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Ritter, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Ritter will set up to throw it. Rolling to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. Butker's kick here is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Ritter to throw it. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamar Chase, 43 yards. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Butker now to add the extra point. make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st down, here's Mon. Over the middle, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Mon. And finding the tight end Hooper. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is indeed good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we have come to past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mon looks to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
On 1st down, Ritter. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
41 yards on the ground for him so far. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Here's Pollard again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. James Mitchell with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Vikings now heading onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Looking to throw. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big...
Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. Grady Jarrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And able to get this out to the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Mond out of the shotgun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down he'll go at the 25. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle. Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations. Mond's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. From the gun, here's Mond. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again. He'll find Thielen working the middle. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over to Hooper on the sideline. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Mond's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! Adam Thielen, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a give here to Pollard. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Detroit, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona.